Okay, I'd like to bring this meeting to order, the Liquor Commission of the Village of Willow Park, November 15th, 2022, and we'll have a roll call. El Bofas.
Here.
Ray Rupp-Search.
Here.
And Nick Zone, and we are here. Okay. Item 2 will be our public comments. Do we have any public comments? Seeing none. We go to new business. The review of the liquor license classifications is defined by Section 3-303 of the Municipal Code, discussing regarding consolidation of classifications. We have, I think the three of us have looked at these, and we'll just start off by seeing what your comments are, or what you guys think of consolidating some of these.
You know what, after reviewing it all again, I don't have any trouble with a lot of these. There might be a couple classes that can be consolidated or eliminated, but other than that, I'm willing to hear what anybody else says, but I didn't see any big problems. Well, then, you know, I'm used to dealing with these, so.
Right. Ray?
I don't think the problem is the classifications as much as how many have been issued and how many are so close to one another. I think that's more of an issue
You
than,
mean the actual number of licenses that are out there?
right.
Okay.
And how many are just so close, you know, with one to one another.
Okay. All right. I had a couple of, like on the Class E licenses, the E, double E, and triple E, and then H and D seem to be real similar, and the same with F. You know, they're very similar. You know, one's a grocery or drugstore. The other one is just restricted for engaged in sale of food and foodstuffs, and then B is in original packages, not for consumption on the premises. Those seem real similar. Again, I don't know if it makes that much difference, and now, like you said, you know, whether we have to change them or not. But those are about my only question marks on those.
Well, I was looking at, like, the Sugar Creek Golf Course has its own class. I don't know if that really deserves its own class. It's basically a part-time tavern, you could say. It could go up in one of the other, in one of the A's possibly. So, but yeah, it's only one. It's
Yeah.
well, part of the problem, the difference is the fees on it too.
Right.
Then, so you really have to have their own class because there's no fee.
Right.
So, but I also noticed, I forget the class offhand, the ones with the tasting, like we used to have that fuel and, you know, Vine and something on
Oh, yeah, Park Avenue.
Park Avenue. There's two familiar classes with that.
The meadery too. the
Yeah.
Tastings, yeah.
The meadery's got a, let's see.
A, class, AA,
Like double A?
double A.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so Mr. Chairman, but other than that, let's see, I think that was the class, you got a Class K and a Class K1, so I don't know if we really need two classes there. I don't think we have too many places that do sampling.
All right. Yeah, and I don't know what the price differential on those two are.
Let me see.
K is $10 a day, and K1 is $1,000.
Right, so K is like, it's like a
It's a one-day thing.
one-day
Right.
thing, and I guess the other one is, you know, well, see, the Asco Drug has a K1, so.
And they have to have one of the other ones in order to get a Class A, a Class K. They have to have a Class B, D, J, or H.
You're right, because Osco, they
Yeah.
periodically have tastings. Like, you can go there and they'll have wine or alcohol in there. So,
No.
okay.
But other than that, I didn't have any trouble with having any certain ones I thought I should
Okay,
do away with.
okay.
There's some I don't think we've ever had a Y or a,
Yeah, and the X, I think, was strictly the Odeum.
Yeah. Exhibition hall, sports arenas.
Yeah. And now with that gone, we can, we could theoretically just get rid of that one, but,
Yeah, right, because we don't have any other that would classify as an
Yeah,
exhibition hall or a sports arena. So Class X could be eliminated.
Well, I was also wondering the Windy City Curling Club, if they're properly categorized there. I only had some old sheets. I didn't see Windy City here.
The curling club is A3. Windy City.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Okay, yeah.
That's it, that's
So they're
the
in
curling
A.
club.
Different restrict, yeah.
What is Windy City?
That's
They're
the
an A.
curling club,
Oh,
Yeah, they're A,
yeah,
A3.
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 Yeah, which is one of the more expensive ones too, so.
Let's see. A3 here.
Foremost Liquors doesn't do tasting of any kind? It's a B,
Yeah,
not for
Yeah.
consumption.
must not be. Yeah, which brings up, I wonder if they do tastings, is that against their license? Like, if they do things like that during, like, holidays?
Yes, it would be.
I would think it would be.
Yes.
Okay, that would
An
probably be
original
something.
package is only, but not for consumption on the premise.
Yeah,
So,
So would you want to have a class that's a little flexible, that they
Yeah.
can do that? Here's my sheet.
but you'd almost have to do that with each class then.
Yeah. It gets a little complicated.
Yeah. So, yeah, it should be, yeah, then they would have to get 2 licenses.
I think we're trying to make this simpler.
Yeah, really.
So, give me back to the curling club. Got A3, but he has an A license, and he's the number third A license?
Yeah, that's just a number
Okay.
of licenses we have for that
Right.
type, yeah. Yeah, so like, for double A, we're missing 4 and 5. It's probably one that we had that either closed or, they changed our license number or their license classification. Yeah, because like you say, for Osco, they've got a D and then they've also got the K.
I don't remember the last time Osco did a tasting.
They
Well,
do that a lot. They
occasionally,
do it usually like on Saturdays.
yeah,
Saturday
occasionally
afternoons.
it could be wine.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
have wine, sometimes
Yeah.
they have spirits. Actually, this weekend they had something like Trulies, but they were different flavored.
Well, I know that Sal's Beverage, he does tastings on occasion too.
Oh, is that right?
Who does?
Sal's?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, on Roosevelt?
they're B6.
He's got a
I
whole,
mean, they're Bs.
There'd be, yeah. Yeah, that may be something we'll have to, we should look at. Have they ever approached you, Julie, for that?
No, but technically, they probably shouldn't be doing that right now.
Right.
Well, they've been doing it ever since they opened.
Yeah, a lot of things that are coming up now is a lot of places want a 4 license due to the video game.
Right.
So that's something that might be a factor in too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not something I think the board is willing to have more gaming license.
Right, and we've spoken to, Al knows too, I mean, we haven't gotten them lately, but there was a point where maybe once or twice a month,
All the time.
people wanted to come in, and I think the residents and I think the board too has pretty much said, no, they've had enough of it. I've been approached by liquor stores, been approached by, 7-Eleven about having a pour license, and I think that just the village is not really conducive to that. They pretty much want to stay away from that.
Yeah, the prior board didn't want to be a Las Vegas of the
Yeah.
western suburbs.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't see any reason why 7-Eleven would have to have a pour license.
Right.
No,
So,
Right.
yeah, grocery
But I-
stores, I don't think so.
me, but, I know Johnson's across here, he would love to have a pour license.
Right, oh, yeah.
So,
But that's also the gas station.
I know,
Right.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I would,
Lucky he got the liquor license.
I would say, yeah, no, to,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's something that we look at, is trying to make these liquor stores, make sure that they are getting the K1 license. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. If everyone's okay with just leaving our licenses the way they are, I don't know if we want to combine any of them.
I don't know about you.
Julie, would that make it easier for you?
It doesn't make a difference. I mean, the really the only difference is what they can sell and how much they're paying.
Yeah. Yeah, because there are, well, it's, triple E, double E. They're roughly the same 20, between, the E is only 1,500, but that's beer only. And then beer and wine only. Yeah, maybe, something like that, we could just combine those two. E and double E.
We currently don't have any E's.
No,
Yeah. Yeah, because very few places where they only sell beer. It's usually going to be beer and wine. So maybe we do away with, just completely do away with the E and just keep it at double E, and then triple E, which is the unrestricted restaurant.
yeah. That was one I noticed too,
Yeah,
do away with the E.
okay.
The Y is also, we don't have any Ys, and that's billiard and cafe lounge.
Yeah,
That was for the pool hall that was down on the road years and years ago.
oh, yeah, wow,
Oh, yeah,
that's a long time
ago.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, we only created that because of the, the special business it was. That's why there's the Class X too, because it's a special, they don't fit into any other
Yeah.
category there.
I don't see you having a exhibition hall anytime soon.
No.
So,
Yeah.
you want to do away with the X?
Yeah, we could do that. So, maybe we propose doing away with the X and the Y?
We don't have any place that has the billiards
Yeah.
Billiards?
or the cafe and lounge. I don't think we have any of those.
Yeah. And then, do away with the E? Okay.
Now, one issue besides, like, fire, every now and then some organization comes in there, has like a cookout on a bike ride, and they like bring in a heater truck, would like to be able to sell liquor, drinks, on premises. Doesn't like, then we go to ride on a motorcycle, but that has come up a number of times that they want to do that. What class would that, I tried to hook them up a number of times with the VFW, to go ride with the VW on their license.
Yeah.
That didn't work out.
No,
So,
no.
Well, what do you do with Wildfire this year for their?
They get the one license, which is the G, but it's limited to who can get a license. So it's for fraternal.
No, okay. Right, that's why we were talking about.
Well,
Well, the thing, finding that, the insurance companies, like, just use VW for example, just for no reason, except it's just an, you know, for example, is the insurance that want the license to be used, you know, someplace
Not a
else.
promise. They're
Well,
originally signed up
For
for.
somebody else,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, we had this year with the Brewfest,
Yeah,
because that's how we done that, and this year we have been getting all over that for that. Because I think that was the reason why, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
insurance.
yeah, it's the insurance.
Yeah.
Because we had the same issue, we had the same issue with Brewfest.
Okay.
Yeah. So in that case, you're looking at the village having their own license for, say, Brewfest or Sunfest or something like that.
Right.
And I think you should look at that. There's a reason why, what category are you going to fall in?
You would, must have, you got a license for Fest.
Yeah.
Well, I probably, right? We got to be licensed for.
That one day.
I think it was the one day.
Okay.
So qualified in for one day.
Yes, the G, correct.
Yeah, because it would be, I would think, typical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only on special occasion, only for concern on premises. So I think village could, you know, use that category for the rest or some rest, you know, some of those areas.
Yeah.
Other than, because I think insurance companies are more restrictive.
Yeah.
So what should we have it for like Harley Davidson? If they have a one-day event and they can tie up with, it was with the Harley Davidson the event, but they had a caterer who they had the liquor, and I said, well, then he's gonna need a license, but we don't want one day since one, like I said,
Harley kind of falls under a little bit class because they have like 5%. You know, it's like Wednesday each month during the summer and everything.
So we don't have class for.
What if we put them?
Get them in a meeting after they supply all the paperwork we need and.
Yeah, because that's what we used to tell them too. You know, is it had to be a certain time frame at least. You know, and everybody had to go through the same process, so there was no, you know, there's no discrimination.
Yeah. And Julie's been good. I mean, there's been times where we've had to scramble. She's done all she can to help them out, but, you know, unless they bring everything in, there's not much we can do for them.
Well, yeah, right. That's, you know, anybody trying to open a small business, and if this is their first time doing it, a lot of times they don't understand the rules and regulations, and so, do you give them like a sheet of paper with bullet points on the, okay.
Yeah.
So that hasn't changed at all?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a couple businesses that I have talked to that, you know, have been in business for years and years and years here, and their question is, other than providing their new insurance every year and their bond, which is, you know, and their BASA training, you know, we require the drawing and the 5-page papers to fill out, and it's all the same over and over and over. that if there could just be like one form stating, none of this information has changed, but here's our insurance and this and that and this and that. So
Yeah.
that might be beneficial. I've already sent out the renewals this year, but maybe something in the future you guys can look at, that there could just be the one form and then the additional
Yeah.
paperwork that we need.
That kind of seems reasonable,
Yeah.
especially if they,
Provide a drawing and it's the
Right.
same and.
Is it,
I would say after you've been in business 4 or 5 years, then, that form would be great, but they need at least a couple of years under their belt before they get the, the,
is that something that the ordinance, if that's in the ordinance that we have that?
No. It's
Okay,
just
it's just,
every year, your
It's-
5-page form
Yeah.
that you filled out year after year,
Okay.
same information.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, if we're okay, if the commission's okay with that, maybe we just say that we allow that after, what, 4 years?
yeah.
Is it-
Because you need to, especially those that are coming into the business maybe for the first time or whatever, they need to get that experience under their belt before they're allowed the privilege then of just, okay, you're renewing, if nothing has changed, then yes, it's okay, without having to submit all that, because that's also expensive for them if they have to get a lawyer to review it and everything else, and if we can help them out in some way, that would be good.
Okay, is that okay, a 4-year, or would you want to make it 3-year? Or whatever you,
It has to be at least 3,
okay.
at least 3,
Okay.
because it takes sometimes that long to get to, your,
Yeah, get your feet under you and
yeah,
get some experience, okay.
get stabilized and the whole thing.
Okay. That's all there. Okay, anything else you'd like to discuss here?
Yeah, I have one thing. I think I mentioned to you, Mr. President, Section 3-309, persons eligible for a license. Number 3 says, a person who is not a citizen of the United States of America is not eligible for a license. And I believe that has changed. As long as they're in the country legally, they can hold a license.
I would check with the state on that.
They have to have a green card or something, so.
Yeah, but check with the state and see if that's been changed under state
Yeah, I
law.
got that from Jim Binninger,
okay.
who used to be our attorney, and he had gone through that, but we don't have a letter in our file about that. So,
That's why you need to go to the state, I think, and get clarification and make sure that that's okay.
yeah,
Because,
I'm sure he has it, but of course, he's not our attorney anymore. Maybe
Right.
our attorney has it,
Yeah, I can check with our attorney
yeah.
about that.
But that is, we might want to change that, otherwise it caused some confusion. We did have that a couple of times. So.
yeah, they have to have the proper documentation. They also have to undergo the background check and everything
Right.
else.
yeah.
But the fact that they're not a citizen, that's the part that would be beneficial, I think, to check with the state.
Yep.
And get a letter or something from the state that says it's okay to do
Okay.
that.
Okay, yeah, I can take care of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're quite responsive, so, or have the attorney do it.
Well, yeah, if you do it, doesn't cost you anything.
It's gonna cost you either way.
If the attorney does it, you might have to pay.
So do you want a motion to eliminate those 3 categories?
Yeah, we probably should.
So,
Okay, so we have a motion to eliminate classes E, X, and Y.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. And roll call vote, President, or
Yes.
former President Bolthus?
Yes.
And former President Search?
Yes.
And I will also vote yes. So we will make a recommendation, or we will put it on an ordinance to eliminate classes E, X, and Y.
Because, I mean, that's an example of open license,
Okay.
so.
All right. So we will, we'll take care of that, and we'll try to get that on soon.
And then,
And then I'll check on that section 3-309, number 3, about citizenship, and I'll check with the state.
right,
If that's true, then we'll probably include all that on one ordinance. So
Yeah.
we make it easy.
and then, what was the other thing we were gonna double check?
Well, we're going to check on the tastings,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and maybe we you sent out the applications already for the renewals? Okay. Yeah, maybe we just send out a letter. Probably just the ones that would, the stores and the liquor stores, because I don't think or maybe we should probably by right, send it out to
Not
everybody.
everybody,
Yeah.
you won't miss anybody, just sort of
Yeah.
make them aware of, they
Yeah.
have tastings, that they will need a separate permit.
Yeah, that you need that Class
And if
K
it's-
license.
Yeah, if they don't normally have license, then it's a one-day thing.
Right.
They can still do it, but it's a one-day,
It's a one day, correct.
yeah.
Yeah, because like I say, Osco is the only one that's got it, so. Okay.
And
Sells,
I was gonna say cells,
Well, yeah, like I say, Osco's the only one that has the license, that currently has a license to do that.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But if Cells is doing that, then yeah, they should definitely get one.
He's got a nice machine there on the wall where you just can take a little sampling of different wines, and
Oh, is
he
that
has
right?
vendors in there
Yeah.
sometimes on the weekends,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, he does it.
at cells,
Sells.
yeah.
Okay.
Some of these places, I'm not even,
I think on Sells though, you might have to pay when you
Oh, could be.
do it,
Yeah.
so. Otherwise, you have guys like us would be lined up there, and the food's free.
Ultimate Lounge, I have no idea. It's on North Avenue, you know.
Yeah, you know what, there was a couple of them that I went to go take. That is, it's one of those gaming places.
The Ultimate Lounge is,
Yeah. Yeah, they have gambling and liquor. Yeah. Again, one of those places where we get a lot of requests for that, and we pretty much tell them we've got enough. Yeah, the board, I think, is good with not having those, and I think residents have told us they don't
yeah,
want
right,
any more. so.
right, yeah. I would
Can I
say,
just ask one question?
Sure.
So Sales currently has a license B, which states only in original packages, not for consumption on the premises. So is a B license and a one-day tasting license going to conflict with each other, or?
which one is that?
Sales is a Class B,
Oh,
so
sale.
it's saying that they're not supposed to be doing what they're doing right now?
They're not supposed to, I understand, they're not supposed to be doing tastings.
Right,
They're just supposed to sell.
Right.
So if
So
they're,
if they can get a one-day,
yeah.
well, do they qualify for a one day?
yeah, that's,
No. They're,
I think we might need to ask about that before I send out something.
Okay, D.
Yeah, so Osco is a D.
Well,
which is-
yeah, Osco's got the D, which is the same thing.
Yeah, and then they have the X.
Right. Or the K,
K1.
the K1.
Oh, I'm sorry, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, my apologies.
And there's I think the charge on that is $1,000?
Correct, for the K1, yeah.
You know, I don't know, seems like a lot of money for $1,000 to have a one-day tasting
Yeah.
at the
Right.
Osco.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not making $1,000.
Yeah, but they do it, it's not just one
That's where
day, they do it all
more
the
than one day.
time.
Yeah, okay.
right. Yeah,
Sells
correct.
doesn't do it, maybe, I see the signs out there when he has them, maybe 2-3 times a year,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Yeah.
Let me ask on this Class Z, family
Safari Land?
recreation,
Safari Land?
That's Safari Land.
that's Safari Land.
Yeah.
So, it's been years since I've been in there. So is somebody monitoring the fact that everybody is of age, you know, when they're selling in there? Or, I mean, it seems Safari Land, which is supposed to be kids' entertainment, to have a license.
Yeah, I think they have to have a separate special place.
Yeah, it's
And
only
kids aren't supposed to
21.
be in there,
Right.
so.
Yeah, I haven't been in there in a long
I know
time
what
either,
you're
but
saying.
yeah.
Are they monitored at all? Does anybody ever go in there and check?
Not that I'm aware of, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I would think police would check on that, but
I would imagine, but I don't know.
yeah, I'll look into that with the chief.
Yeah. It just seems rather strange, you know, family entertainment and,
Yeah, like the
yeah.
Odeum, they have a designated area.
Yes, they
So-
did. And they had the bar area upstairs.
Right.
Yeah,
So it was away from all the other, and they couldn't carry any of the liquor around or anything. You know, it had to be consumed upstairs. So, and that,
Well, yeah, I think you could check with the police. They're there every now and then.
and then, do we need a motion for policy on, after 3 years, whatever, they don't have to submit everything? That's in policy, right? Not
yeah,
ordinance?
right, yeah, according to Julie, that's just kind of the way we handle things,
Well,
Procedure.
In the future,
yeah.
I mean, we're not doing it now.
No, but there's nothing in our ordinance that says you have to complete all of this stuff, you know, the drawing and all that.
Not in the ordinance.
It's not in the ordinance, right?
The ordinance is
Right.
once and done.
Yeah,
Yeah, one time.
yeah, so if it's not in the ordinance, then I don't think we need to make a motion on that.
No.
Okay, but
Although we
we
did make a motion.
we should probably do that if you want to be in procedure,
Okay,
protocol, whatever you want to use, you know,
Okay.
there.
okay, so if you
It won't
want,
hurt, and, you know,
yeah, if you want to make a
Yes.
motion that, after a business has a license for 3 years,
With no incidences.
yes, with no liquor violations,
Right.
well,
that they don't have to fill out the entire form as long as nothing has changed.
They don't have to submit all the original documentation.
but if you're gonna have a motion, it's gonna have to be in an ordinance somewhere. So there's gonna have to be another item.
Well,
But does it have to if it's
it
just a
wants it in the
policy?
procedure
I don't think we have to
policy.
vote on a policy. We can make recommendations to
Okay.
staff,
Okay,
but they actually, if we have to make a motion and have a second and a vote, then it's gonna have to be in the village ordinances, codes. That's what I would, know.
okay.
I-
Or we could just say consensus. We just
Yeah.
want a consensus on it.
Yeah, consensus on it.
Yeah.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm not sure if it has, if we make a motion, it has to be in the ordinances, but,
Hmm.
you know, to,
You have to have something to enforce it, you know?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we want to just get a consensus on that,
Yeah.
we'll let Julie settles and all of it in the future.
So if you
License been
don't
in place for
have,
3 years with no violations,
Yeah.
that they don't have to complete the entire package, just the insurance and
Yeah.
acid training.
We'll
yeah,
start that next year, because I'm sure somebody's gonna have to draft the form and view the form, and
Right.
we're just running out of time
Yeah.
right now.
It's only November.
yeah, what the heck, you've got a whole 30 days,
Budgeted.
probably 40 days,
Yeah, yeah, right.
yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
So we have a consensus on that?
yes.
Yes.
Al?
Yes.
Right, okay. I'm good with
Yeah.
that, too. Okay.
Because, I mean, it would save them time and it would
Yeah,
save
a lot
them
of
money.
hoops to,
And then at the third or after at the fourth year when they come in, then that's when, or even when you give them their first license, you can say after 3 years, then if there's no violations or anything, this all won't be necessary. Something like that, so they
Okay.
know ahead of time.
Okay. And then we'll start that next year at the end of 2022 when the renewals go out.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
you want a motion to adjourn?
I would love a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
And I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
But
Okay,
we are
good.
adjourned.
We are adjourned. Thank you.